Hey friends, Nick Arnette. Welcome to another episode of Old Dude Disc Golf. Last episode, I had professional senior disc golfer Jeff Sherfey with us, and he's back again today, and this time to give us a little forehand clinic. Enjoy. Here we go.
Hey friends, Nick Arnette here. Welcome to another episode of Old Dude Disc Golf. Jeff Sherfey is back with us today, and you're going to teach us how to throw a forehand, which is awesome. So, what are some things before we throw that we're going to work on today?
Well, the most important thing, we're going to keep it short. We're not going to throw far. I think the biggest mistake people try to do is they get the forehand and they throw it like a backhand. Just try to throw it far, and you can hurt your arm. So you want to get, and then we'll look at grip, and kind of explain the grip and how you're going to start off slow with your throw. With your hands going to start off slow, and it's going to accelerate through. It's not going to be a quick, hard thing because your hand is stopping. You're going to come right through. So nice acceleration. So, and then we'll talk about a little bit about the flight of the disc. Okay. So how the flights, different discs do certain things, stable, not as stable, and understable, but how you can make a disc go from left to right with just your hand, the way you throw the disc of the angle. So the angle like this compared to like this, and the disc will do certain things.
So here we go. So this is going to be good for everyone. Senior disc golfers, really pretty much everybody that plays disc golf. This is going to be a good episode. They're all good. We've been trying to do this for a year, so I'm really excited about this because I've been working on my forehand for about a year or so, and I'm still wobbly. He's going to help me with that. All right, so here we go. Take it away, Jeff. Let's do our first little lesson part. All right, Jeff, here we go. First lesson here. What are we going to work on?
We're going to do forehand, grip, a little bit of the kind of the lag feel where you have the control, the feel of the disc, and acceleration through the throw. So,
all right. Here we go.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take it, and I'm going to go about 150 feet. And what I want to concentrate on is nice acceleration through the disc. I'm not going to take it back too far to get wristy. I want to keep it here in all forward motion. So right this, I'm going to take it, and it's going to go around the tree and go to the right. This is a stable disc.
What this is called? This is the zone.
This is the zone. Get freaky. I like this one for all my approaches because it's very stable, and for me, it's a perfect upshot for almost anything. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is just a nice acceleration through the shot. So here, you're going to see should be smooth.
Effortless. And that's the thing, if it hurts, it's not right.
Yeah, if it hurts, what you're doing is you're taking it and you're kind of trying to get the elbow involved. Really, it's all about forward motion with the wrist and coming through. I don't bring the elbow through because the elbow, you're going to get injuries because you're using the wrong muscle. Really, it's about the acceleration with the disc accelerating through to get the spin. The less spin you get on the disc, you're going to see the disc start to wobble.
But the spin comes with your wrist.
With the wrist, yeah, with the spin.
So okay. It's not you're not trying to muscle it with your arm or even so much your body, not so much. It's your wrist.
It's your wrist. Your body will pull it through, even though you won't notice for the longer shots. But I really recommend up shots to get the feeling for maybe 100-foot shots, just to get the proper feeling. I wouldn't use certain disc. I wouldn't use the rock because it's indented a little bit. So I really like I believe it's what do I have? The Discraft and Intima, but I really like Discraft. I like the zones. They have the good feeling for mid-ranges, and the hex is
so if somebody wants to learn the forehand, a zone would be a good
zone. Is perfect.
And then I have a hex also that I'll be throwing a little later today.
And that's I would stay away from the drivers because I can throw the driver well, but you're gonna be tempted to use the arm. So once you start to get the feeling of a good mid-range, maybe up to 150, 200 feet steady, then maybe look to the drivers. But I stay away because guys get injured with that.
Right.
So I'm going to do the same thing, but this one, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put a little bit of a anhyzer. So this one should go.
And when you do Anheuser, you gave me an example before we started filming here about how you hold it.
Yeah, Anheuser's when you're going to make the disc, try to go a little bit where the bottom, your hand is it lower than the top part. It's upper.
Okay.
And it's almost like you're on a plate where the food's coming towards you. Heiser, the food will feel like it's going away for a righty. So when I hold it up like this, it's going to be able to turn. It's going to go a little more left, but this is a little stable. So you'll see it go a little left and a little right. It's going to be a little bit harder. Actually, I'm going to go straight here so I won't hit those trees. So it's going to go little left and back right. It's a little farther shot, but you'll see the Effortless. That's probably about 180. I'll try one more, and this one is going to go, I'm going to put a little Heiser on it. So Heiser means like the food would be going away from me, and it's going to go, to the right. So here. Oh, hit the little low, but if it was lofted good, it would have caught the air. The problem that when we were throwing earlier, I had Nick throw, and he was throwing really good shots, but he tended to arm would go down a little bit. So going down, you're going to take it, it's going to go into the ground about 100 feet. So you want to make sure when you're throwing, it's coming across nice and straight. So if you find your disc going into the ground, it's probably your angle going into the ground.
Here's one thing that a lot of forehand videos, they say you control the angle with your body.
Yes.
You lean your body, but that's how you control your Heiser, for instance, your Heiser release. Do you agree with that as well?
I do. And sometimes it happens a little more with my longer shots. I'll turn the body in going uphill. I'll tilt back a little bit. So, but for a lot of my shorter shots, I can use the arm. I could go different ways. Like I want to go downhill, I'll go down a little bit. I could take it up. But yeah, that's probably the best way to know is with the body. But it can get a little technical because you're not really paying attention to if you're tilting back. And you don't want to really learn that because forehands, you can tilt back a little bit and then you're going to get nose up. Okay. So for me, just when you get the proper form, you're not going to get the nose up. So get that nice acceleration through. That's going to be the key, the acceleration.
How about the getting way down and throwing? You know how some like skipping a rock, they'll get like really way down like a sidearm.
Yes, yes, that's
do you agree with that too?
I do. I do it. I don't really cautiously think about it, but I can do it. I can throw pretty decent on a knee by getting down on one knee and throw because, again, I'm not necessarily needing my body. It's more about the acceleration through the wrist. So I've thrown disc a couple 100 feet by just on one disc. And it's especially helpful if you're like in a tree behind a bush or like behind this tree. If I'm with this tree's in the way and I have to do a backhand, I'm limited to this. I can't get it around. But you come forehand, you can step out and you have that nice acceleration through and you got that whole area to work with. Yeah, backhand it's just another tool to have when you're throwing trying to approach shots. So see, so I'm going to just do a nice easy one. And it should come right back. Oh, there it goes. A little farther. But see, with the forehand, you could flex it here. And it'll come right back.
Okay, I was talking with Jeff about watching a lot of forearm videos about getting down, you know, kind of. And so Jeff's going to do. So tell me, Jeff, you really need to do that, or when and how and what?
I don't really think you do need it. You get down to the athletic position, that's good. Sometimes if you get too low, you can get armsie. So maybe some of the advanced people can do that. Yeah. I'll do that if I'm trying to keep something like below the trees. Okay. It's a real low line. And but some guys will get down to I'm not sure. I probably do get down, but I don't pay attention.
But not a lot.
Not a lot.
Standing fairly straight and still.
I don't throw. I get down like this. I get down, but I won't throw straight like this. I'll get down a little bit. So I'm going to try to take it, and I'm going to do a little hyzer. I'm going to try to go between those trees. And the trees are kind of high, so I don't want it to loft too much, but I'll get down a little bit. But
yeah, and that wasn't a lot, but
exactly what you need.
It was what I needed because you can get off balance. Some of the pros to get more distance on the drives, but really you don't need it. That right there was probably about 220, a straight shot.
I'd be happy with that as a drive.
Yeah, yeah, and that was very accurate. With yeah, I won't go a little advanced.
That would have been a really hard shot. They would have had a really hard time getting all the way around everything.
Yes, with the backhand, you would have to make it go that way. So the backhand, it's good to have both, especially on approach shots. Because if I'm going around the tree to the left, I want a backhand. Because the forehand, I can't have it that way. But the backhand, I can go. But the forehand, I want it to be able to go that way. So it's like being a left-handed and a right-handed disc golfer with the backhand. So it gives you a lot more options, especially if you're around a tree. I'll give you an example. Here, we'll go here. I'm stuck behind this tree, and I have to go between all the little paseo area and the trees here. How do I do a backhand? I could try to get out here. Let's say it's too far. I'm so awkward. But if I'm a forehand, I'm going to stretch out here, and I could even get on the knee, forehand, and I could take it here. And
yeah, that's plenty.
And it's easy because it's so much open. But here, if you're backhand, you have to come out and try to throw. It's so unorthodox. So I recommend with the forehand, just do a lot of short shots. Start to get the feel for the disc, like when Nick was throwing. Very good form, very good acceleration. But when I saw that his mistake happened was when Nick tried to throw a little bit more with the arm. And then what happens when the arm, you don't get that nice wrist snap. When you go arms, you're here, and the wrists, you won't get much snap. So you want to have that acceleration. I told Nick, it's kind of like when you're in a bike and you get out of gear, you're in 10th gear and you go to 3rd and you're like spinning. That's how it is, you're out of gear. So you want to have a nice acceleration from 2nd gear, 3rd gear to 5th gear, accelerate through. So,
nice. All right. I'm going to throw here in a bit and show you what Jeff is and see if I'm still making the same mistakes.
Yeah, you use these discs there, you get them. So, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay, all of our discs have our phone numbers on it, which is good, but this is one that doesn't have my phone number on it. So, Jeff, just show me how you grip, how you do your grip.
Yeah, I put one finger over top of the other, so my middle finger goes right over top, and I have the control of this finger.
Your middle finger goes over the top. Okay.
Yeah, some people like to put the middle finger on this, but I prefer my pointing finger right on top.
There are so many different grips for the forehand. There's so many,
but to me this feels it feels controllable, more controllable. This they say it can have more accuracy, but I think this, for me, it's all I've thrown. So that's all I know is one over top of the other.
Okay. Now, can you keep filming here? Just and I do what's called like the split grip. That's the only one that I can really make fly properly.
Yeah, they call that the fan grip.
The fan grip.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just use that when they're really close, but this is the only one. And you have, I've tried different grips. Anyway, there are different grips, but this one is what I use.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
All right. And you can stop it there. And you can be in the shot.
Okay.
It's okay. You're in the shot. You're going to.
Am I in?
I'm gonna do some flicks here. Jeff's gonna watch me and give me some pointers here. All right. I'm gonna concentrate on more wrist and less arm. That's my main thing. So.
Okay, that one was really good. You tilted down, so your arm went, instead of coming level through, you went it went from like an airplane landing. You want to do like an airplane coming just a little bit up, if anything.
All right. Bad nose angle. Okay, here we go.
Bad. It was your
keeping it flat release.
Very nice. Very nice. And now that was a really good throw, but that was a stable one. So it's going to go that way. On that one, to get it straight, you're going to put a little bit of an Anheuser where it's tilted the other way and it'll come back. That one's pretty flat. So you can throw that one straight, or a little bit of a hyzer on that one. Yeah, just a little hyzer. I would go a little hyzer on that. B on that one, because you got a little armsy, but it was almost a perfect snap. That's why it had that last minute fade. You get a little more spin on it, and it's going to go through. So that was it started off really good, just a little more snap at the follow through to get that spin.
A little more, because the snap is the spin is
Yeah.
and that's what keeps it in the air.
Yes.
Okay, and here's my hex.
Okay, that one was a decent. Your arm angle was real good, but you got a little armsy. So everything was nice and level, but you came through, and instead of coming through and snapping, your arm went through. You used more of your elbow, so that's where we'll get hurt a little bit. So
Yeah.
you got to get that little snap.
Okay.
But the first, so that one was probably a C minus because you're going toward. But the flight was really good. If you look at the outcome, it came really good. But the long run, you can see the wobble, so you're getting a little bit of that out of off cycle a little bit. So you're a little bit you want to have a little bit more of a lag and snap it through.
Okay.
We'll try it again. Okay, I was pushing a little too hard. We're going to go with the little shorter shots this time, right?
Yeah.
Because the form is everything. And sometimes when you try to go too far, you try to muscle it too much. But you work on the short game first, and the long game follows, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. All right, so I want
Nice. Perfect. Perfect. That one was a little more stable. So on the stable ones, it's going to turn to the right.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to shoot a little more left or put a little ante on it. That one's going to be more stable. So same thing, but I want you to focus in on, make sure when you're throwing this, don't go down. You didn't go down that one. Do the same thing like you did last one, that one.
And I'm not putting much on it at all, because I'm not.
Nice acceleration. Perfect. Perfect. Wow, good shot, man. Dude, not bad. No, not. Oh, that's an A minus. It was a little wobbly, but it could have been the wind. I don't think it was. I was think that you did that really nice.
Okay, this is stable as well.
That's gonna go pretty straight. So on that one, you just go keep it pretty level. Have a nice acceleration through. Nice. Just went a little down, arm angle, but had you not done down, it would have been perfect. Same thing, but keep a little more tilted arm. Nice. Pure, man. That's an A plus, man.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
From the master.
No. I'm a rookie too.
The advice is to work on the short game. Any pain here is not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. So you'll want to dial down and just work on short stuff. The wrist. I even saw a video with Robbie C. You ever watch Robbie C?
No.
I like him a lot. He literally just sits in a chair and just throws with just his wrist, and you could get a couple hundred feet like that. So just take it easy, right?
Yes. It's almost like darts, where you hear darts and you're accelerating through. You're not, and same with disc golf. For the short stuff, everything's going to be shortened. So you're going to maybe go 3/4 back, but follow through, excel those fingers through.
Yeah, that last part, that little snap.
I mean, let me ask you, did you have a good feel on the disc when you threw? It felt really good. It didn't feel like it fluttered because it was right in your hand you had the good acceleration. So
yeah, and it didn't go all over the place either.
No, that was a good throw.
That's what I could find. I generally would be able to find it. It went straight.
Nice. Wow.
Awesome.
Good shot.
All right. Well, hey, I think we're good. Come on in, brother. Well, thanks, Jeff Sherfey. Awesome lesson here. Hopefully, we'll have him back on another episode as well. But be sure to follow you on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
No, I just have Instagram and Facebook, but there's no disc golf. So I'll put some things on. So it's
okay.
This is my first student. Actually, the cruise ship was my first student. They weren't disc golfers, but Nick's a disc golfer. So
I'll put your Instagram and Facebook then if it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that. And so just keep following him. Also, you're in tournaments. You're out there.
Yeah. Going against the guys that have been playing since the 80s and 90s. So
what division is that called?
That's the pro level. Yeah.
The pro level, but what do they call it?
60s. 60s. Not quite the old guys, 70s, but
I'm 66, so I'd be like, and then what I would be like the super amateur guy, I would be the recreational league or what?
For starting off, I would go, if you do any tournaments, go to the rec league, rec or novice. So if you're shooting like bogey, kind of like one over each hole, I would go toward the lowest level beginner. And don't worry about, you're going to get with these young guys that can throw. Don't worry about trying to overthrow things. Especially don't do the forehand if you're trying to throw long shots. I can do it because I got the right technique, but it takes a while and you don't want to risk it. You're just going to get bad habits because you're going to end up using your elbow to throw hard. Here, it's just the wrist. Nice wrist, and you'll get a lot of snap. Like Nick did, you can see a total difference when he got the wrist involved.
Yeah, and it's really good for shorter shots when like you need to get through a mando or something. It's like because you can be looking at it all the time, or
Yeah.
need to get around a tree, have to get down on a knee or something. So it's really very, very useful. I think everybody that can should have a forehand.
It's good. Yeah, it's good, except just know the right technique. The worst two faults I see the forehand is guys trying to overthrow with the elbow. They're trying to throw with the arm here. It's just the hand. And the second thing is the acceleration with the wrist. You don't want to go and snap it. Some guys will go snap, and that's going to hit your elbow too. Nice follow through. Nice acceleration, almost like you're snapping a towel. You don't want to go and just stop be abrupt stop because the spin won't go too.
And you don't serve the pizza, right? You don't not this or this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, friends. Thanks for watching. I gotta tell you, and Jeff thinks so too. Yes,
Jeff Sherfey, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, super, super, super helpful. Let me know in the comments what you learned today and what you're gonna, how your forehand is going with your new tips. Okay, that's so cool. And we'll have Jeff back. I'll ask him, see what kind of time he has available, and hopefully he'll be able to come back another episode. Let me know what you'd like him to teach next time. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, keep watching, keep supporting Old Dude Disc Golf. All right, like and subscribe. Get the word out there, okay, friends. You are the best, man. I really, really, really appreciate all of you for continuing to watch. Looking forward to what's ahead. All right. And again, as always, you know what I think about you all. You're awesome. All right. Catch you next time.